Solar cycles and market crashes. Why history points to 2027 2028. What if the next stock market crash isn't random? What if history shows us a hidden clock, one tied to the sun itself? Today, we'll look at the evidence linking solar maximums, the peaks of the sun's activity, with some of the biggest stock market crashes in history. And based on where we are right now in solar cycle 25, that clock may be ticking toward 2027 2028. Researchers tracking long term cycles have noticed something strange. Major U.S. stock market crashes, think 1907, 1929, 1973, 2008, even 2020, often strike just a few years after the sun hits peak activity. Here's the data. The 1907 panic began approximately 20 months after the solar maximum of February 1906. The 1929 crash started about 18 months after the April 1928 maximum. The 1969 to 70 bear market hit immediately after the November 1968 maximum. The 1973 to 74 crash started roughly 50 months after that same 1968 maximum. The 2007-09 global financial crisis began approximately 71 months after the November 2001 maximum. The 2020 COVID crash started around 70 months after the April 2014 maximum. When you average it all out, crashes begin about 38 months, just over 3 years, after a solar maximum. The median is 35 months. So where are we today? NOAA originally predicted mid-2025 as the peak of solar cycle 25, but new observations show the true maximum may have already passed in August 2024. The smooth sunspot number hit about 156.7 in August 2024, much higher than forecasted, and now activity is showing signs of decline. In other words, we may already be past the peak. If history repeats and the approximately 3-year lag holds, here's the window we're looking at. If the peak was August 2024, then the median lag of 35 months points to May 2027, and the average lag of 38 months points to December 2027. If instead the peak stretches to mid-2025, as NOAA's forecast suggests, then the median lag would be April 2028, and the average lag would be March 2028. The bottom line is that the historical pattern points to a high probability crash window between mid-2027 and early 2028. Now, a few things to keep in mind. The sample size is small. Only a handful of solar cycles line up with modern financial history. Some crashes, like 1987 and the dot-com bust, didn't fit the after-maximum window. Today's markets are influenced by algorithms, central banks, and global flows, things solar physics can't predict. So this isn't a crystal ball. It's a timing correlation, not proven causation. But here's why investors should care. Solar cycles affect weather, agriculture, energy demand, and even human psychology. That means they can indirectly shape economic stress and market behavior. And whether you believe in cycles or not, the timing overlap is too consistent to ignore. If August 2024 really was the solar maximum, then the countdown has begun. History says the market crash clock runs about 3 years after the sun peaks. That points directly to 2027 to 2028. No one can guarantee the future, but if you're an investor, these next few years are the time to be cautious, diversify, and prepare. Because when the sun dims, the market often follows. Solar cycles, market crashes. Are you ready for 2027? The narrator asked, with a foreboding tone.